Hello, friends, and welcome. I'm Cassidy Carson, and this is The Life of a Writer. As you can see, I'm a little bit of a mess right now, and that's really the topic of today's video. Today is January 28th, 2026. It is a Wednesday. It is toward the end of the day, as you can see by the light outside. And my schedule today was a little bit strange because I spent the morning working on JT's manuscript, and it's good. If you have been reading the Serving Salvation books, then you will really enjoy this one. It should be coming out, I believe, in the summer. In the meantime, you can look forward to the rest of the Finding Salvation novellas coming out. Finding Salvation and the book that he is currently working on are happening at the same time in different locations, but they both relate to the Serving Salvation series. So if you haven't read Serving Salvation, I highly recommend it. Also, check out Finding Salvation. The entire compilation will be out in March, and then in July, I believe, the book that he's currently working on should be released. So that was a fun way to spend my morning. I read a lot of the book and made a few comments, but it's pretty clean for the most part. And it will obviously be going through more beta readers and editors before being ready to go, but it's getting close. So did that this morning, and then this afternoon I took down our main Christmas tree, and that's the reason I did not really get ready for public consumption today, because I knew I was just going to be messy by the time I was done, and I wanted to just, I'll throw these clothes in the laundry, take a shower, and get cozy for the evening. But the thought occurred to me as I was taking things down, and as I look around me, I can see really the topic of my discussion today, which is the mess. Because I will show you a few pictures over here of various things that I have stacked around the house right now, ready to go back out into our workshop storage area. I used to keep them in our basement, but then that flooded, so I don't store things down there anymore because I had to throw out, I think, 3 or 4 bins of Christmas decorations. I have a lot. I've replaced those and more, I think, but that can be a topic for later this year when we get back into the Christmas season. What I was really thinking about was the mess that I was making as I was taking things down and getting ready to put them away. And that's the part we don't always like to show everyone. We don't like the messy parts, whether it's in life or in writing. And like I said, I hopefully popped a few pictures in here of what the house looks like. It's a contained mess at the moment, but there's still a lot of work to be done before I feel like things are all smoothed out and back to normal. And that's how I feel about my writing. I am in the messy part. I have sent my manuscript off to the betas. I've gotten feedback from JT that suggests that I do have quite a bit of smoothing to do before it will be ready to go into the editing process. So I'm still hopeful it will go into editing sometime in February, but I'm not so sure about that April, mid-April deadline right now, because I have to see what my other betas have to say, but it may not be quite ready for that part of the process until I do a little bit more revision. And that's okay. It was hard showing it to other people because, as I said, we don't like people to see our mess. And when the book is basically a first draft with a few revisions where I rewrote a few things and I was hoping it made sense, I'm thinking that, showing that to people was really not the top of my list. But I did it anyway. And really, this is the first time I've actually sent manuscripts to beta other than JT. I will probably expand my beta readers further in the future. So if you are following along and you're interested in that, you can contact us through the website and let us know that you're interested in beta reading our books, because we do look for more people to get eyes on them while they're in the messy part to help smooth things out, because it is helpful to have a lot of points of view to figure out the problems in those manuscripts. And especially, I know mine was exceptionally messy this time around because, as I said, I started rewriting it as I was writing it, and that probably wasn't the best idea, but it is what it is. I'm in the messy parts in both my life and my writing right now, and I just wanted to share that with you because if you're feeling the same way, if things are a little up in the air right now, and as we're changing seasons, we're changing, you could be moving, you could be changing jobs. There are a lot of reasons why you could feel like your life is messy, not necessarily just as a writer, but in general. And we have to be okay with that because mess is a part of life, and we shouldn't be so afraid to show that mess to the public. So here I am, all dirty from working around the house all day, talking about my messy manuscript and just being as real and raw as possible. I will admit again that this is my second attempt to record this video today. I had a bit of a dust issue from taking down the trees, so had a bit of a coughing fit and decided to start from scratch. But basically the same subject matter, just a little smoother, I hope. And I really didn't want to record this today, which is why I decided to do it before I went and cleaned up, because if I'd waited, I really would have had problems getting anything done on my YouTube channel today. And I am determined to push through and post a video every day this year. It's going to be a challenge. I'm on day 28. We're almost at the end of January, and it's going well so far. I realize that these videos are also messy because, as I said, they're raw and real, and I'm just basically recording what's happening throughout the course of my day and what I'm thinking about. So some of them have not made sense. There were especially a couple of days where I wasn't feeling very well, and it was hard to work through that. It's hard to have a clear head when you're not feeling well, but I'm hanging in there so far. So hopefully this video made a bit more sense than some of my other ones. It is going to be short because I really need to go clean up, and it's going to be dinner time soon. But I hope that if you are in a similar position where you feel like things are really messy and it doesn't feel good, remember that you'll get through it. Take it a little bit at a time, and then be patient with yourself, because we all go through it. We all have messy times. Not everybody is as perfect and as curated as some people would like you to believe when you see them on social media. All those houses with no dust, all those people with perfect makeup. And, there are also other tools that can clean things up for us. I'm referring back to a podcast that JT and I did this past Sunday where it comes to AI that, we don't even know what's real anymore. So I'm guessing showing you more of the messy parts of my life won't be such a bad thing, because who would use AI to show you the mess? We always use it to try to make things look better. And that's a very important thing to remember right now, that you can't always trust what you're seeing. And, life is messy. That's just all there is to it. So I thank you for joining me today. If you are following along, I appreciate you taking the time. And I hope that you will have a wonderful evening, or whenever you may be watching this. And I will see you again tomorrow. I'm Cassidy Carson, and this is The Life of a Writer. Take care.